Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Today I am going to speak on forgiveness, a virtue. It's a topic suggested by one of my very good friends, Mr. G.K. Agarwal. He said that I should be speaking on forgiveness. So, at the very start, let me say that only the large hearted person can forgive. To forgive someone who has hurt your feelings not only keeps the relationships alive, but also, and more importantly, brings peace to the forgiver. One tends to forget the incident after one has forgiven, otherwise, it keeps on lingering in one's head. Present is beautiful. It has been created by the God. So why linger on something which has already happened? Every moment the whole universe is changing. I read a story that Ramlal was bathing in Ganges, Ganga. He dipped into the river and came out. Thereafter, second time, he again dipped into the river and came out. The Ramlal who came out second time was not the same Ramlal, nor was Ganga the same. Both had changed. The entire universe is changing every moment. Stephen Hawking, in his book The Theory of Everything, kindly excuse me, he says that our universe is not static, it's constantly moving, and quite naturally, we are also moving along. Now, if you keep the hurt that somebody might have caused to you in your mind, then it brings unnecessary stress with its consequent adverse effects on one's health. If you have hurt someone by your words or deeds, your ego may hold you from seeking an apology, and the incident may keep lingering in your head. Insulting an employee, a subordinate, servant, spouse, or children is very common. As a bursar of the college, I had the occasion to visit University Grants Commission (UGC). It was during a period we were not receiving the grants on time, and therefore we had to pursue. Otherwise, salary of the teaching and non-teaching staff could not have been paid. We had sought the appointment to meet the then vice chairman of UGC. The moment I, along with our accounts officer, entered his room, we found him shouting on a subordinate for he had not done some work as per his satisfaction. He then write in our presence through the file on the floor and told the subordinate, who happened to be a senior officer of the UGC, to get out. Imagine a senior employee facing such humiliation. It's not only that the subordinate would have felt hurt and demoralized, but also the vice chairman would have carried that guilt and the stress accompanying it. Remember, forgiveness and anger cannot be separated. Once a person who had been attending Lord Buddha's sermons came up to him and said that I have been listening to you for so long, but haven't gained anything. The man started abusing Lord Buddha, but Lord Buddha kept his cool. The man was astonished and asked Buddha that I have been abusing you left and right, but you did not react. Lord Buddha asked him that if somebody comes to your house with a gift and you refuse to accept it, then that gift remains with whom? The man answered, with that person only. Lord Buddha said, you abused me, but I did not accept your abuses. So these abuses remain with you only. I forgive you, said Lord Buddha. Again, in another incident, a person spit on Buddha's face. Buddha just wiped it and said, I forgive you. But if you had done this to me 15 years ago, my response would have been different. Buddha had conquered his ego. That's why he could remain so peaceful. Once Sardar Patel, Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of India, was spit on his face. He just wiped it and said to the man that good, you have at least been able to spit your anger. Quarrels between husband and wife are very common, and these are quite natural also, since both of them come from different social, cultural, and educational background. After the quarrel is over and they have had their heart full, if they just forgive each other and forget, the home becomes a heaven. But if they carry the grudge, then both of them will stay stressed till the matter is resolved. I am given to understand that the word over, if the husband apologizes, the matter gets over. So if you are a husband, apologize and take off the stress and tension. Don't delay it. The more you delay, the more you will suffer. You must have observed that children and parents possess God's given quality of forgiveness. After scolding the child, say for not paying enough attention to studies, they become normal after some time. That's the way to heavens. Otherwise, life will become a hell. In conclusion, I will say that forgive and forget is a virtue and a route to heaven right on earth. Thank you very much for your patience listening to me. All the best.